Hey Shanique, how are you?
I've been good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in Michigan right now with one of my teammates.
Where in Michigan?
Grand Rapids.
Okay. What's that place
hmm
like? What's the city like there?
it's pretty nice. What'd you say, Sadie? Oh, it's a little bit boring just because of quarantine and stuff, but it's been good.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah, it's not super. It's not like super busy. I'd say it's like the suburbs, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it so everything's pretty much shut down? Everybody's kind of just staying at home for the most part?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What
hmm
do you guys do? What do you guys do in your free time? How do you guys what do you do normally?
Well, when we had classes, we'd have like Zoom classes and stuff.
Okay.
But now we're on break because we had our finals last week,
Okay.
and aside from that, we've just been hanging out a lot together and working out in her basement. And she has a hoop outside too, so
So you're
we
still
just
able to get
try
some
to.
shots up and get some workouts in?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep,
That's really
definitely.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I really
Mhm.
appreciate you taking time to do this for us.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
It's been really great. I mean, we've been so proud of your success this year, watching your
Mhm.
games and seeing everything your dad's been posting. So it's been really great,
Yeah.
being able to see that from you. And can't tell you how proud we are of you. So
Thank you.
yeah, so I'm glad we had this opportunity to talk.
Yeah,
So
for
the,
sure.
the first question I had for you, um,
Mhm.
I remember was about at this point 25 years ago almost. It was my
Uh-huh.
freshman year in college at UCLA.
Okay, wow.
And
Uh-huh.
I remember what that was like. I remember going through that year and just the big change it made for me.
Mhm.
When I left Texas to go to California. So I'm really
Yeah.
interested to hear about your freshman year and
Mhm.
just the transition you made and everything that happened this year for you.
Um Okay, so I guess one major difference was just obviously being in like a completely new country. Like for you, you get to move states, but for me, obviously being in a new country
Yep.
was very different.
Uh-huh.
And away from my family, so that was definitely a big change. Um, Preseason was definitely different too, because we'd never really done that kind of stuff back home. Like not as intense and not as like consistent with the lifting and stuff. So
Hmm.
that was definitely different. And then when it came to playing, it was also really different just because um like I had always been coached by like either you guys at Top Flight or my dad
Hmm.
at school.
Yep.
So being coached by someone completely different was really different for me, and my role was just really different too. Because like back home, obviously, like I had more of that like always had the ball in my hand
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
Whereas this my freshman year, I was playing more like the 2-3.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't start plays, but like I'd have to like finish at the play or like have to there was also, like, a lot more set plays
Yeah.
and a lot less.
Was that
Yeah, there
difficult?
was.
Was that difficult? Just kind of going from because I mean, you were like been the most dominant player and kind of the star
Mhm.
player, and most of the times you'd be on the floor. So was it hard, kind of accepting that role and kind of transitioning into that?
Um, a little bit, yeah, I think at times, especially, like, early in the season, I was kind of, like, timid
Hmm.
because I knew I didn't have that same role, but then
Hmm.
I was able to gain confidence and then kind of, like, not grow into that same role that I had always had, but to be more confident in my abilities so that I could, like, um, play better within my role.
Can you talk a little bit about just kind of your journey, especially one thing I think that's really impressive about you is that you did it from the international school realm, which is
Mhm.
very, very difficult to do. It's one thing if you're in the States and you're
Yeah.
there all the time and being recruited. So what was that whole process like for you? And, what did you like, what were some of your goals when this was going on?
Mhm. Well, okay, one thing definitely is to record, like, to get your film and, like, get your highlight tapes and that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
My and I'm also recording full games because sometimes coaches wanna see the full games too,
Hmm.
not just the highlights.
Hmm.
And then for me, I mean, the way I found Union was I just sent we do NCSA. I don't know if you've heard about that or you spoke to my dad about that, but it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
recruiting
Hmm.
platform.
Hmm.
So I just used that platform and I emailed like a bunch of schools
Hmm.
um before when I went to Minnesota to play.
Hmm.
So just emailing a lot of schools and like attaching my film onto it, and then I mean, if you're lucky enough and they open your stuff,
Mhm.
then they get to watch you
Well,
and
you
stuff.
also you
And
also
yeah, and then just
you also
obviously keeping.
I mean, in the off season, you'd come to the States, right,
What
and
was
play
that?
in the AAU tournaments, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
yeah,
went 2 times, after my freshman year and after my junior year.
okay.
So yeah.
And so what did you
Mhm,
think? So when you first played against kids from the States after playing from kids here in Thailand and in the region,
mhm.
is that when you kind of realize, you know what, I'm just as good as these girls and I can play on that level? Is that what
Yeah,
you took
I
from
would
it?
say so, yeah. I
Yeah.
think at first, obviously, a little bit intimidated just because, like, back home, like, I know kinda like it's my territory, like, I know I can do what
Mhm.
I want and that kinda thing.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
coming here to play was a little bit I was a little bit hesitant at first in that regard,
Mhm.
but like, again, like, same with my freshman year, like, once I gained confidence and stuff, then I was able to hold my own.
Mhm. What advice
Mhm.
would you give to like all the other kind of young Shanique Lucases out there that have these aspirations of
Uh-huh.
playing college ball? Like, what advice would you give to young players?
Just in terms of, like, recruiting or just in general?
I would say the whole thing. So in general, just as
Mhm.
far as like having a passion, wanting to achieve a goal,
Yeah.
especially in college. So I mean, I know there's the whole aspect to get your films right and go to this
Mhm,
tournament.
mhm.
What would you say as far as just kind of having those? What would as far as like what advice would you give somebody about it, not giving up?
Um, yeah, yeah. Um, I would say, like, putting yourself out of your comfort zone for sure is a big thing because obviously playing at the college level is a huge, like, obviously you're going way out of your comfort zone.
Hmm.
So be you gotta kind of like prepare yourself for that.
Hmm.
So, like, playing with boys or playing with older people and that kinda thing is
Hmm.
definitely helpful.
Hmm.
And then in terms of, like, not giving up and that kinda thing, you really just have to like, no one can make you do it, like, you just have to have that willpower within you to do
Absolutely.
it, and yeah, like you said, kinda cheesy, but,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is, really. You just gotta have that willpower within you and the determination to know that, like, um and I think also, like, mental toughness too, to be able to push yourself into those out of your comfort zones,
Hmm.
and yeah, mental toughness to just persevere through the whole process.
That's great. That's great advice.
Mhm.
What about on the academic side? So how's university been for you?
Mhm. Um, Pretty good. My first semester was good in terms of my classes.
Hmm.
This past semester was also good, but I got a couple Bs, I think, which haven't got a B. But that's okay because he thinks he's so funny. I told him that I was gonna get a B, and he said, "Oh, A or B, I still love you the same."
Oh,
I said, "Oh, thank goodness I didn't get a C then."
that's that's great.
But mhm. But yeah, I think too sometimes it was hard to, like, juggle school and basketball,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I mean, you just gotta not procrastinate,
Yeah. Really helps
but
you give you
even
time management skills, right? Being a
yes, yes. Oh, definitely, definitely, for sure. Especially before you enter into, like, your major classes, because obviously right now we're just doing general
Mhm.
core classes, so, yeah, you gotta pick up that time management skill real quick.
Yeah. Have you picked a major yet, or are you still kind of feeling things out?
Yeah, I'm currently in exercise science.
Okay.
I don't know entirely yet what I wanna do with that,
Okay.
but, probably go to, like, into physical therapy, maybe.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
or medicine or something, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
Shanique, I don't want to hold you up. I can't. I really appreciate you taking time to
Mhm.
speak with me.
Yes, for
Once
sure.
again, just want to reiterate, and once again, not to be too cheesy or whatever, but
Mhm.
meeting your family 10 years ago and seeing your development from an 11-year-old girl to a college student, I'm just overflowing with pride. So I'm really proud of you. Keep it up. You're a
Thank
great
you,
example,
coach.
great role
Yeah,
model.
thank you. I'm
Okay.
really appreciative of you too.
All right.
I really am.
Well, stay
Mhm.
safe. We look forward to seeing you again, hopefully this summer.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Please tell Agnes and your kids that I said hi as well.
I definitely will. All right. Take care.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this, Shanique. I
Alright.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, coach.